2002 Dodge Ram van 1500. So when I'm driving, I'm in the driver's seat, of course. I look over my passenger and they're rocking back and forth. I mean, this ain't no rocking chair here, so I got to figure out what's going on. So I take the seat off. It's 4 12mm nuts. And I find out this base here, the front two are loose. So it allows it to rock. So I made the mistake of putting the gun on there. Gun's dangerous. And yeah, I snapped one of them, trying to tighten them down. Here it is. But it didn't matter because it's actually worse than that. So I got to get this bracket off. So apparently what happened is, what do you call it? The floor pan, the sheet metal, it actually shattered like glass. So there's a nut on the bottom of this stud that's welded underneath. And then there's a nut on the top, and that's how you wrench them down. Well, apparently the underneath, I can only see these two. These two here, I can't see these two because there's a heat shield over it. And I think the exhaust is in the way. But I got to show you this. Where do you see this? Must be, I'm not even going to say it because I don't know. I don't know where the sheet metal came from. Nowhere good if it did this. Now I know what you're thinking, Jamie. It's a 2002. It's 22 years old. They probably rusted out. You know what I mean? Like this. Well, I got the base off, and one of them fell through, so that can't be good. So this one back here feels tight. Doesn't wiggle anyway. I guess that doesn't mean anything. All right, let's look at this one, the one I snapped. Look at that. Yep, that's not good. So let's find out. I got everything over here. Let's go under and find out. See if it's rusted out, if that's the problem. Here's the one that fell. I don't see any rust. Wow. What kind of sheet metal is this? What does that feel like? Oh, they put the washer. It's like a funny shaped washer. And then you see the sheet metal there. That sheet metal is what? Oh man, that's some thin stuff right there. And apparently the washer didn't work out. Let's take a look under here. Trying to get situated. I don't have it jacked up, so it's a little tougher. All right, so here's the one. Where's it at? Can't get you in view. There it is. Man, that's crazy. I don't see any rust. It just shattered like glass. I think the other one is up in here. I think that one shattered too. Now the other two are over here under this heat shield. Let's see here. I'm trying to get in a little further. Yeah, they got to be under this heat shield here. And of course, that's on top of the muffler. I'm not getting into all that. So I got to figure out how I'm going to fix this. Because I need the van for tomorrow, of course. And I'm picking the kid up, so he needs to sit in that seat. I mean, there is some rust under here, but it's not too bad. I don't know. Back in the 90s when I first started driving, I had cars from the 60s. And they weren't rusted like this. They were strong. Strong, let me tell you. Difference in metal, I guess. All right, let's take a better look at this. So this is the outside. This was down the bottom, and this was the top. I mean, I see rust on the top, on the stud. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why there was moisture inside, but look at the outside. The outside looks great. I don't see any rust. It's just, you know, whoever was the engineer of this van and probably a lot of other vehicles was just clueless. Had no clue what the hell he was doing, man. All bad decisions with this van. Every decision made was bad with this van, including the paint. From what I was told when I first bought it, they sprayed this with a urethane primer. And then they went over it with latex. Oh, man. Latex. So, yeah, it peeled. Faded, peeled. It looked real bad when I first bought it, you know, the paint. So, I actually sprayed this with Rust-Oleum back in 2013. And when I did it, it looked beautiful. There was no runs, no drips, no errors. But the problem was I didn't go down to bare metal and start fresh. I should have primed it. Here's their urethane primer here that's gray. So you see what happens? The paint peels. Nothing will stick to that. I scratched it up real good. I sanded it real good. It doesn't matter. I cleaned it real good. So I may try again. I don't know. This van might be on its way out. It's old. The engine's got all kinds of leaks, but it still goes strong. I had the transmission rebuilt. I think that was 2014. And the guy that did that, man, he knew what the hell he was doing because, man, it's been running ever since. Running strong. I've had transmissions rebuilt by so-called professionals. You know, you pay $2-3 grand to get it rebuilt. And a year later, maybe a week after the year warranty's up, the tranny goes again. This one, he did it in 2014 and it's still running strong. So I don't know. I got to come up with a game plan to how I'm going to fix this. I can't do nothing from underneath. It's got to all be from the top. What I got in my head is I'm cutting this rubber trash out of here, a big section. I'll probably remove the whole thing later, but for now, a big section. And I'm probably going to have to weld brackets to the top long enough that maybe I'll get another year out of this. And then I'll drill holes, you know, depending on what I use, I'll drill holes and drill holes in the base. I could still get the back two wrenched down, but I want it full. I guess I'll show you. Let me figure out what I'm doing here. I don't know if I'm using angle iron or what. Whatever I got laying around. I'm not buying nothing. See what I can do. All right, so I cut a big chunk of the rubber out. Look at this. Really, bud? Wow, that's the floor? Man. Really? Wow. That was your plan, huh? Look at this. So this actually could have been worse. The kid could have went through the floor. You know, don't worry about rocking and flying backwards. Worry about actually going through the floor while we're going down the highway. I mean, this is crazy, man. I don't know what's going on here. Jeez, it's paper thin, man. That's the floor. Wow. I don't know. This is what you get. Now imagine the new stuff people are out there buying. I guarantee it's worse. I guarantee it. Because this was 02. You know, stuff doesn't get any better. It's all about more ways of making more profit, it seems to be. But this is pretty bad here. Yeah, I'm going to have to remove all this. I don't know what I'm going to do here. Maybe I'll get another year or two out of the van. But I got to patch the holes too because of the mice. The mice are brutal. They got into the glove box and chewed up all my papers in there. Last weekend I had to take everything out, vacuum it. There was all mice poop in there. They knocked my fuse cover off. I had to fix all that. Mice are brutal because they can get in there from under here. You know, this is the base model, so it's very minimalistic. But still, they should have did a better job with the floor, man. There's no excuse, I'm sorry. They should have did a better job. They don't care about safety, I guess. You're on your own. All right, so being that it's 4 o'clock on a Sunday, I made the executive decision. I'm taking all the tools out of the van and putting them back in the Trailblazer over there. I gotta go back to using the Trailblazer, I guess, because this is gonna take some time. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this. Plus, I want to remove the whole rubber thing because it stinks. You see the rust there? There's obviously some kind of water getting in there somehow. Well, I mean, you know this. I'm sure it's flying off the tires and going right in. Stupid shit, man. That's all I can say. This looks like it's puffing. Oh, potato chips. Yeah, this is all warped and separating. Here's the paint, the original paint they did for latex. Everybody knows car paint doesn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Oil base or the urethane base doesn't do that. Doesn't peel, only latex. So yeah, I'll probably do a video of what I come up with. But I need to come up with something safe. I gotta make it safe. It's just not worth somebody getting hurt because some moron engineer had a stupid idea. And you might say, oh, he's probably told to do that, you know, make it as cheap as possible so we get the most for it. It doesn't matter. If somebody tells you to do dumb shit like this, you don't have to do it. You don't have to work for a person like that. You can leave. You have your own brain. You can make your own decisions. You know, I kind of sound like a hypocrite because I work for a company, you know, it wasn't automotive, but, you know, it was masonry restoration. And he did a lot of shit that I didn't agree with. And I finally got away from him. You know, I witnessed too much. People getting ripped off. And all right, let me shut up. I got to get all the tools out, load in the Blazer. And when I come up with a plan for this, I'll probably do a video. Because it's probably not going to be simple. Plus, I got to patch all the holes to keep the mice out.